Welcome guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I did this union read this morning and I wanted to share it with you because it went in a place I wasn't expecting. And it did end up really beautifully. As you can see, we have the indigo there. I don't know what's hanging from this finger here. We have the indigo there and the Two of Cups and the Two of Flames at the end leading into the Dream family. So for this read, the union read, we have the 3D, 4D, 5D. This is the Divine Feminine, this is the bridge between, and this is the Divine Masculine. This is the feminine bridging in, the masculine bridging out, the underlying energy, and then the summary at the end. So for this read was done at 9:15 this morning, and today is March 21st, 2020, the 21 being the world, and the day adds up to the 28. So we have the Two of Wands, or the Twin Flames, and the world. See if I can get the color in a little bit better for these. Okay, so we start out with Luna, or the moon over here. It's the underlying energy. The center is the Eight of Wands. Okay, here. So the new moon, with this new moon coming up on the 24th, expression of a lot of feelings and energetic exchange back and forth, which I'm sure a lot of you are feeling. And the underlying energy for the Divine Feminine coming in here with the Page of Cups and the Three of Pentacles and then the Seven of Cups, which in this deck is like the stairway to heaven. And that was the key to what came up at the end here. For the Divine Feminine coming in here, their heart is open wide, perhaps at work or co-creating and taking steps to ascend. The 3D with the Four of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Abundance card here is the Divine Feminine meditating, the Divine Masculine being the mother with open arms, and the bridge between them via being satisfied with yourself and happy, getting your wish. Knowing all that you are and have, feeling lucky, having your wish already. The 4D here is the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So the Divine Feminine on the journey, leading the way, the Divine Masculine ending pain, and that can be back pain as well in this card and any related treatments to that, and bridging between them via the energetic exchange, again, expressing feelings of love. The 5D with the Four of Cups and the King of Wands Shaman and the Strength card there is the Divine Feminine with the Four of Cups looking for guidance, perhaps an island unto herself, and the Divine Masculine with the eye of the white tiger, chomping at the bit, and the bridge between them being the King of Wands Shaman. The Divine Feminine breaking etheric barriers and the Divine Masculine breaking through firewalls, 3D drama, and alchemizing and or transmutation with these energies especially. Going out of the read, we have the indigo and the Two of Cups and the Two of Flames is a proposal to soulmate twin flame. And the summary card being the Ten of Pentacles, which is the Dream family. So when I went back just to look over it really quick, I noticed in this card, you skip 2 steps at a time. And as soon as I wrote down steps are 2 at a time, the Divine Feminine through her work, doing 2 steps at a time, the number 72 is coming up, and the 2x2s. So I went in looking up, trying to figure out which chapter that was in the Bible. And I couldn't quite find what I was looking for that had the actual 72 number of the 2x2. But a lot of other stuff did come up relating to that the 2x2 and the 72. In Revelation 7:2 was the first thing I went into, and I'm not quoting everything word by word per word, so just follow along with me. So I saw another angel ascending from the east. And a lot of this is from commentary from right here. A lot of the commentary was coming from Bible study. What is the third word there? I'm trying to... Oh, BibleStudyTools.com. So in Revelations 7:2, I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and sea. So in part of the commentary, they were writing that it was not, ascending from the east was not Constantine, who came from eastern parts of the empire with true knowledge of God and authority of God to propagate it, and who repressed the 4 angels, or evil spirits they were seen as, contention, ambition, heresy, and war from their mischief, and sealed saints by giving them a platform of doctrine at the Council of Doctrine at the Council of Nice. And what I wanted to bring up here is that they're talking about the East as soon as we get into this stuff, and what was coming up yesterday, but I believe it was Southeast. And then Nice and Nice came up yesterday as well, which I never write that word down. So the Council of Nice is coming up here, as bright men and others think, ascending from the east, from Judea, from Zion, from where Christ came, and whose name is the East, as some render, the Sun, S-U-N, of righteousness, who rose from the east, the place of the rising sun, and brought light, life, and joy to his people when he came to seal them. What else was coming up there? And so continues on here. The Jews speak of the east gate of one of the palaces they suppose above, which they say is shut all of the 6 days, and on the Sabbath day is opened. And the governor of this palace has 2 ministers, one on their right hand and one on the left, and 2 seals in their hands, the seal of life, the seal of death, and all the books in the world before them, and some are sealed to life, some to death. They speak also of an angel that presides at the eastern part of the heavens, who receives the prayers of the Israelites, whose name they'll call Gazardia, as this same angel is said to offer up the prayers of the saints. And that was Revelations 8:3. So a lot of it was very cool. It was resonating with me personally as I was planning to go do something with my kids, one on each side. And it's very interesting because my kids are Scorpio and Pisces, which is the death and the dark night and the tower energies, and then the Pisces is the world and the high priestess, which is very representative of the masculine and the feminine. So, and it's also very reminiscent of the 3 wise men, as they talk about the 2 ministers on either side. So then Matthew 7:2 was coming up. For you will be judged by the same standard with which you judge others, and measured by the same measure you use. And then Genesis 7:2, of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s, the male and his female. Of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and the female. So 7 clean pairs and one pair that's not. So basically, these were offers of procreation and offers of sacrifice. So like taking the animals on to the ship for Noah, here you're bringing enough to populate the earth, but also for any sacrifices needed. And so they deemed the oxen, the sheep, and the goats as the ones that were clean by 7s, for procreation and sacrifices by 7s. And that was in Genesis. And then Proverbs 7:2 is the apple of my eye, which is reflecting the pupil of self. So literally your reflection in somebody else's pupil is reflecting in the pupil of self, which was a very direct reference to the masculine and the feminine. And also the 4 angels that are referenced are also described as the 4 winds, neither good or bad, but neutral, right? As the 4 kings fighting around the earth to defend and enlarge their dominions. And then Esther 7:2, and Esther happens to be my middle name. And on the 2nd day, as they were drinking wine after the feast, the king again said to Esther, "What is it you wish, Queen Esther? It shall be granted to you. And what is your request? Even to the half of my kingdom, it shall be fulfilled." So they were bound by threefold cord of a promise, thrice made to favor her. So this is referencing the masculine coming forward to allow Queen Esther part of their kingdom. And also then the rule of the number 72 came up, which 72 divided by whatever the interest is per year, like 10%, for example, equals 7.2 years in order to double your money. So that was coming up, as well as Luke 10, again, the 72 disciples, where there was a discrepancy whether it was actually 70 or 72, but I'm sure it is the 72. And 72 in pairs is literally the 144. Tetragrammaton is referenced as 72 in the Kabbalah when you arrange the 4 Hebrew letters in God's name within equilateral triangle. Numerical values correspond to the number 72. It's also in the Mona Lisa painting on the arched bridge, I guess, behind her. 72 in Luke 10 was about the 72 more followers out of the groups of 2. So again, sending in the sheep amongst the wolves. So back to the Union Read, we're sending the lamb unto the wolves, the 2 by 7. Man proposes unto his woman his kingdom, which was thrice promised. And then I do numbers from the cards as well. So you'll, if they have numeral values here, I'll add them up vertically and horizontally. And for this read, horizontally, they added up to 13, which is death, 24, which is the Queen of Wands. But if I added these 2 cards, we're actually getting the top line is the 23, which is the King of Wands, and then the 24 added up the second line, the Queen of Wands, and then the 18 of the Moon. So the King and the Queen of Wands, and then the Moon of that false light that comes in, and then vertically they added up to 37, 14, 17, 10, and 22, or 2/2, the 2 by 2s. 37 being the King of Cups, 14 is the angels, 17 is the star, and dreams come true. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and then the 22 is the Fool with that open heart taking a leap of faith, but it's also the 2 by 2s. And they both add up to the number 55 if we don't use the outside cards, which is the Truth, Excalibur, and if we do use the outside cards, it adds up to 65, which is the King of Pentacles, which is the ultimate in Kings, right? Because we get to the end of the deck at the 10 of Pentacles, which is the dream family. So the King of Pentacles would be the man of the dream family. So in contentment with energetic exchange, sharing feelings, we master our desires as shamans in the 5D. We also had 49 coming up within these numbers, which is the 9 of Cups, wish. 68 and 10 on the next line were the Page of Pentacles and destiny. And then 374, which literally is the Empress on one side, the Emperor on the other, and in between is the 7, which is the Chariot. The Emperor and the Empress in the Chariot ascending. Okay, so getting their wish. And then the Page of Pentacles, achieving their destiny with the Emperor and the Empress in the Chariot ascending. With open hearts, 2 by 2 with the Fool, 2 by 2, and can be 2 High Priestesses as well, and can be High Priestess and Hangman if it's the other numbers, because we actually have there's a 313. If we add the last card here, that vertical column actually adds up to 12, so it'd be 2 and 12, which would be the High Priestess and the Hangman. So either which way, the High Priestess and the High Priestess, the High Priestess and the Hangman, still the wisdom there, and the Fool energy, with open hearts and taking a leap of faith. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you, and again, let's see if there's anything else that comes up for me now. So again, like Noah, taking the 2 steps 2 by 2. And also you notice there's 7 in this card. So 7 clean ones go in pairs, and then 1 pair of 2 that are not clean. But this open heart and co-creation and taking the steps 2 by 2 here, an island unto yourself for the divine feminine, but bridging through both of your inner shamans in the 5th dimension, okay, your higher selves. And here's the masculine in the 5th dimension chomping at the bit, transmuting through all these 3D fires and coming out with this diamond, not in the rough any longer, but it's actually smooth and polished. And there's the 2 of Cups and the 2 flames, the twin flames, and then the dream family. Okay, so rise and be loved, guys. I'll see you in a minute. Bye.